Kimberly James, the proprietor of Carrabba's for nearly a decade in 2018. She was a mentor and a leader to me in many ways, influencing the ways that I would approach working for the rest of my life. At the age of just 20 years old, I was serving at Ruby Tuesday and frustrated with the amount of money I was making shift to shift. There were days I would come into work and leave with less than $30 in my pocket. It was costing me more money and more time to get to my job to even justify working there any longer than I had to. On a whim, I decided to fill out an application online for Carrabba's Italian Grill and crossed my fingers that I would get the job. I was pleasantly surprised when I landed an interview and was hired on the spot. Kimberly James quickly became a very important figure and person in my life. A lot of individuals enter the service industry assuming that waiting tables can't be that difficult and what I do for a living is a quote-unquote easy profession. Dealing with the public day to day at a young age was very taxing on my emotional strength. I would have to do homework for classes and schoolwork and registering for classes and taking time out of my day, and then I would have to come into work and try to make the people around me, not only my coworkers but my guests, feel in a good mood, because half the battle of the service industry is making sure that your guests leave happy. Kimberly James took notice of my great ability with building rapport with my guests and building regular clientele. I was able to build a lot of regular clientele that would come and visit me at shift to shift. Unfortunately, what she also took notice of was my ability to let my emotions consume me and ruin the energy in the restaurant for my coworkers and staff. Kimberly James quickly became very tough on me. She would send me home if my attitude was exceptionally negative and warned me that if I continued down the path I was going, I wouldn't have a job anymore. Fearing those consequences, I took Kimberly's notes and applied them to my job each and every day. I admire Kimberly James as a mentor and a leader because she made me the service industry employee I am today. She knew that I was good with my tables, and that was never a concern with her. She knew that I was going to be able to give exceptional service each and every day, but what she didn't like about me is that I was consistently negative. I would get in trouble numerous times, and I was getting sent home. I decided that I was going to apply her notes to my job, and it really helped me come into my own. I would come into work every day trying to turn off my brain, not focusing so much on what's going on outside of there, and just focus all my energy in making sure that the guest was leaving happy. She took notice and quickly promoted me to a designated server trainer, meaning I would directly influence every new hire in. I trained about 5 to 10 people during that time period. I'm not really sure on the number there, but it was something that made me feel really good about myself, and it helped me really get into working for her. I started coming into work every day with a smile and kind words for those around me, and she became a role model to me because she started in the same position I did and worked her way up to owning her own business in the company. I left Carrabba's a little over a year ago now, but what I took from Kimberly James' leadership will help me in every job I ever take on. She taught me that the guest isn't always the most important person. Treating your coworkers and managers with respect each and every day will help the business run better as a whole, and you'll better be able to serve your guests effectively.